What's going on, everybody? This is Coach Smith here with my season 2, I believe this will be season 3 preview for HPL franchise, which is, I guess you could say this is a franchise for 4th and 1. We're going to go over this roster real quick. This is the final roster that I'm going into the season with. Flacco's coming back. Unfortunately, because of regression, he dropped in throw power and accuracy, but I signed Cardell Jones. And I would have actually cut Flacco to save cap, but he's actually a $35 million cap penalty. So I ended up having to keep him, but he's still pretty accurate. And I'll probably just try to develop Cardell as much as possible throughout the season. So it'll be pretty interesting to see how that works. Overall, I think it'll be fine. Running back, the only really thing I did was I drafted a guy to be the third down guy. Had to actually put him on practice squad just for space, and I re-signed Talaferro just for depth reasons, and he came to me really cheap, and he's going to be a good third down back for me. So I just re-signed him, like I said, on the cheap, third down back, or short yardage back. And I'm actually going to go back to the motion offense I had back in my older leagues. The pistol, the run game, just too inconsistent. I feel like either it was a big play or nothing at all. So I need to make sure I can get those 3-4 yard gains more consistently. So switching out fullback. I mean, it's fullback. But I'm actually going to be using the fullback a little bit more this time around. I accidentally drafted 2 big-time receivers, another 6'6" rookie. Basically, he's Dyer, but faster. Have to build up his route running, obviously, but, I mean, he took the job from Dyer. And Hagen is another guy that probably next year I'll try to trade since I can't trade rookies. But, I mean, I have 2 guys, and Poe is basically the same guy. So, I mean, I have a couple of trade chips for next year. If somebody wants a tree that can run a little bit, 88 and 87 speed are not too bad. And Dyer's going to be a good trade chip, too, if somebody needs him mid-season. So, I have 4 guys that are 6'5 or better, and then Perryman, who's 95 speed, but also 6'3. And I actually have to sign Perryman this year. So, it's going to be interesting to see if I can sign him under the cap without absolutely destroying my cap. So, we'll see, but I think he's one of those guys you have to re-sign. So, yeah. And like I said, Proctor, he stole the job. 95 jumping, 6'6". Bring on the cheddar for the goal line fades is all I can say for that. All in all, like I said, I didn't mean to, but he was the best guy on the board at the time, and I think this was like in the 4th or 5th round at this point. And I had to draft him. He was just the only one available that was worth my while. Got both my tight ends back. I probably actually need to sign another tight end and release one of the fullbacks. Just so I can I cut Dennis Pitta. He was just taking up cap room. And could he still help me? Probably. But, yeah. So not a whole lot changed on the offensive line. Pretty much all the starters that were there last year are going to be there this year. The only thing I'm looking to upgrade might be this right guard position, just because this guy's a little bit younger, but the pass blocking is so much lower, it's going to be hard to do so. Obviously, center is solidified. I actually had to franchise tag Forbes, because I didn't realize he was only a 1-year contract. I thought he was a rookie that I had drafted, but apparently I picked him off on the streets, apparently. Yonda, he's going to have to get replaced soon, so the next couple of drafts, I'm really going to have to look to replace him at some point. And his cap is going to be insane next year. At guard, right tackle, I have to figure out what I'm going to do. This guy I found, I might start him. He's just so much younger, and he's already about the same thing as Michael Ola. So I might be able to just cut Ola and keep Menelik Watson and develop the other guy, but we'll have to see. Bostic, he's coming back a man. He's going to be readier than ever. That block shed, I bumped up to 87. And I actually have some speed on the outside, so I'm actually going to be able to go back into a 4 defensive end look whenever I go into my nickel packages. And it's going to be great. I'm so excited for these young guys. I have another rookie, McCrary here, 83 power move at the beginning, 81 block shed with 81 speed. So I think he has a really good chance to really progress as the year goes on, not only as a pass rusher, but just being a really good compliment to Bostic. And Chapa's here. He came in last game and had 2 sacks after he played like 4. He's one of the few guys that have a really high finesse move on this team. So when I go to the 4 defensive end package, I think he's going to play a lot. And hopefully I can get those sack totals up a little bit more from last year. Not that they were bad last year, but I had to rely on Bostic with 10.5 and Dumerville, who dropped all the way down to 72 speed, so he can't play for me anymore. If he's still available, I might sign him, but I doubt it. I'm kind of set. Defensive tackle, I really need to start looking for somebody to replace Brandon Williams. I think his cap is really going to come into effect next year, too. And he's getting a bit old, in Madden years anyway. He'll start dropping as we go along. I believe the linebackers are the same. I might have drafted 1 or 2 more, but all in all, they're all the same. I'm going to have Frazier back, which is going to be big time, and hopefully I'll actually be able to develop him. I'm actually using him as my focus for my weekly training to make up for the points he didn't get last year, which kind of sucks because I like doing the rookies for the development stuff. But he's only a first-year player, so he's kind of an exception that I'm willing to make. I mean, obviously, C.J. Mosley. And Correa is probably going to be a guy that I trade because I drafted this rookie here. And, I mean, they're pretty much identical. But Correa has a bit more better pass rush ability, and I don't really blitz a whole lot. So, I'm thinking, you know, I'm going to put Correa on the block and just see if anybody wants him. You know, the 86 finesse move. But I can't use him because of rules in the league as a situational pass rusher at the outside position. So I'm just probably going to trade him and let somebody with a scheme that'll fit him. And here's Frazier here. He's still a monster. He just didn't really get any type of awareness boost or anything like that. Otherwise, he would be probably mid-80s as well. That's really his biggest flaw. I mean, he still got almost 80 zone coverage. Now, this rookie I found late in the draft, 90 speed, 87 zone coverage. And I've already upped his awareness and play rec a little bit. So it's not as terrible as it was. It was like mid-50s, but now it's at 64. So if I can get it up to 70, 75, I'll be pretty happy. And I signed Kirkpatrick and Denard. Jimmy Smith speed dropped a little bit too much for me. Went down to an 83 from an 87 or something. It might have been 85 last year, but it's at 83 now. 84 now, excuse me. So he just got a little too slow. So I moved him to safety, but we'll talk about that in just a minute. Biggest thing with Kirkpatrick and Denard is their press. Their press is just absolutely amazing. Dorsey I'm going to leave there, but I might end up next draft just drafting another guy to put there because Kirkpatrick and Denard are only on 1-year deals, I believe. And they're kind of just sitting there. So they might be decent trade pieces later on too, just to get some more picks. Eric Weddle is still there, just too big of a cap hit to let go. And also, he's just that much better than Wilkerson. So, and he still has 82 speed, which is fine for safety for me. So, until the wheels fall off, I'm probably going to ride out Weddle, unless somebody wants him in a trade. So, that's pretty much that situation with him. Although, I would like to trade him to get, you know, a 4th-round pick or something. The fact that nobody wants him, I just don't see the warrant to cut him to start this younger guy, you know. Now, Menzie is a guy that I didn't expect to draft, but again, I found him late. And he's already better than Jimmy Smith at safety. Tackle's about the same. Zone coverage is better, but his speed is 91 instead of 84. Hit power, I believe, is about the same. We'll probably see it in just a minute. But all in all, I think he's going to be a better player for me there. If things get really bad, I can put Jimmy Smith in. But I don't really see that happening. The thing I'm going to miss about Jimmy Smith is his press. That was really great for my scheme that I like to try to run on the backside. But 87 hit power over 70, I'll take that at strong safety any day of the week. And he has a good block shed. Instead of 51, he has 63. So, kick return and punt return, we're going to put Perryman back there. I mean, let's just get some dynamic plays out of him. Kickers and punters, who cares? 3rd down, I'm putting the 91 speed just for the extra speed, just for the screens and whatnot. And hopefully the higher looseness will help a little bit too. So that's where we stand right now with our team. So I set the goal to make the playoffs. Like I said, I was 8-8 last year and I missed several games. So I'm hoping to really find my way around and put myself in a situation where I can get to the playoffs. If not, it's fine, but I highly expect to make the playoffs this year. Alright, but that's all I got for you guys. Talk with y'all later.